Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Kanye West and DaBaby. Now, for those of you who don't know or been living under a rock lately, Kanye West dropped his album Donda last night. That thing went hard, man. A lot of people are already calling it a classic. There's a lot of people who love this album right now, man. I'm not going to lie. Even me, I went live earlier today and I did a breakdown of the album, and I had to take it down for whatever reasons that are behind the scenes. But man, to be real, this is a step up for Kanye in a while, man. All the features on it, they slap. The album pretty much slaps, man. I'm gonna give him his credit. But one thing that's crazy and a controversy that's brewing is the fact that DaBaby's verse was taken off the album. Now you got different sides pointing at each other. You got DaBaby's manager saying it wasn't their fault, and you got Kanye's side and his manager saying it wasn't his fault that DaBaby was left off. Now the real question is, does any of this have to do with the current situation that DaBaby has going on as far as his fandom starting to dwindle? Now, before we get to the specifics and read the reports, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this whole Kanye West DaBaby situation. And what I'm going to be doing is referencing a report from hiphopdx.com, and the headline says this. The headline says, DaBaby manager emphatically denies blocking Kanye West Donda verse. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the wee hours of the morning, man, Kanye West dropped Donda, right? And everybody started listening, and they noticed immediately that DaBaby was not present on the song called Jail. Now, during the time period where Kanye West was having his listening parties, he's had 3 of them. In the latest one in Chicago, he had a version of the song Jail that had none other than DaBaby on there. Then prior to that, he had a version of the song that had none other than Jay-Z, aka Hove. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody was at a debate if he was going to have both of these artists on the same song, and it looks like he just picked the version with Jay-Z. And it seemed like there's a lot of drama behind that because of the controversy that DaBaby is currently in. Now, that might not necessarily be the case because it seems like there was some type of miscommunication between DaBaby's management and Kanye West's management, man, which came to pass. And when Kanye dropped his version of his album this morning, he said, forget it, leave DaBaby off, and you go with the version with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z's version of Jail is on the Donda album today, right? The Donda album is getting a lot of praise. People are giving this album big props, and it seems like another big missed opportunity for DaBaby, man. Now, what's crazy is who's at fault and who's to blame. You've got DaBaby's manager saying one thing, and you've got Kanye West's manager saying another. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says, Kanye West finally dropped Donda after 3 listening parties and multiple delays, much to the delight of Ye's fans around the world. But as typical for anything Kanye does, controversy followed. Now, the controversy they're talking about is obviously the situation with DaBaby being left off the song Jail and being left off the album completely. Now, this album is packed with features. I mean, it's packed with more features than a soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? A movie soundtrack. This thing is packed up, and it helps. And it shows that Kanye is able to work with these young artists and the young cats coming up in the game and make it sound dope, man. He really stepped out. I thought he'd have a hard time doing that, but he made it happen. And this would have helped DaBaby a lot, probably. Who knows? But definitely it would have been a good look. Now, the story continues like this. On Sunday, August 29th, not long after the project was uploaded to streaming platforms, fans quickly noticed someone was missing. During Thursday's August 26th listening event in Chicago, Jay-Z's verse on Jail was replaced by one from DaBaby. But when the finalized album officially arrived, Jay-Z was back and DaBaby was gone. Kanye's manager then claimed DaBaby's manager, Arnold Taylor, somehow blocked him from appearing on the album, something Taylor emphatically denies as the allegations started to circulate online. Taylor swiftly took to Instagram where he explained what happened. This is Cap, he wrote. I woke up this morning to this social media explicitive. I never got a call or email from Kanye West or his manager. I just received it today and cleared it in 2 seconds. Why wouldn't I want a hit song out when hashtag SCMG is all about the growth and culture of hip hop and my artists? To all of the media blogs and outlets, don't believe everything you see in a post. Thank you. Hashtag SCMG and explicitive. You know what I mean? So basically, that's DaBaby's manager coming out and refuting the claims that were made by Kanye and his manager as the reason why they left him off the project completely and left him off the song. Now, the story continues by saying this. It says, DaBaby, who was kicked off of several music festivals for his comments during Rolling Loud in Miami, was one of multiple guests Kanye brought out to Soldier Field. Now, Soldier Field is in Chicago, and this was Kanye West's last listening party this week before he dropped the album today, right? Now, in an attempt to make a statement about cancel culture, he also had Marilyn Manson at the show. You know what I mean? So who's a, rock star who has some charges of his own and some accusations of his own that he's dealing with. He's also, a controversial figure right now. And the story continues by saying the evening ended with Kanye's estranged wife, Kim Kardashian, appearing in a white wedding dress in what looked like a recreation of their vows. Kim Kardashian filed for divorce in February, leading many to wonder why she was even there in the first place. Me, myself, I wondered that as well when I seen her and their family at the very first listening event. But, they're estranged, but they're still obviously, cordial between each other, which is dope. So you really can't fault them for doing that. Obviously, they trying to work it out and co-parent or do whatever they do. And the fact that everybody came together for his album, it probably helps out the process. Because remember that Kanye is all about his process. He even stayed in some little shack, within the Mercedes-Benz Center, just so that he can complete the album and get it how he wants. And I think the product that he's got right now isn't too shabby. You know what I mean? Now, the story finishes by saying this. It says, Donda was supposedly pushed back to September 3rd, but appropriately arrived on the Sabbath instead. The project features 27 tracks, nearly 2 hours of music, and contributions from Travis Scott, Lil Baby, The Weeknd, and more. Like I said, this album is packed with features. It's all over the place as far as features, but man, the features that he picks, they work, man. They work for the album. I was actually impressed by Donda. I didn't think Kanye would be able to pull off an album that would blend in with the new school and what cats are doing. Now, I went live and I talked about it, and a lot of people were talking about the fact that they liked the album, but some people were giving it the classic badge too early, in my opinion. Like, you can't call something a classic off the top, and definitely when you don't even I didn't like the intro. There's things that I don't like, but there's things I love about the album. And I think Kanye's flow progressively gets better throughout the tracks, I should say that, man. It's an interesting experience, and him dropping it on Sunday made sense because listening to that album on a Sunday morning with the religious overtones and everything, it helps with it, man. It helps you digest the music, I should say. Now, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this whole situation between DaBaby's manager and Kanye West's manager is just a smokescreen to avoid the fact that Kanye wanted to just leave DaBaby off the album anyway because, he probably wanted to avoid all the stuff that's going on? Or is this really, man, just a technical error between two camps? You know what I mean? Those are the two questions I want to pose. Now, because one of those things is definitely, I should say, is alleged. There's no way that we know that Kanye wanted to leave DaBaby off the album if he's openly putting out posts saying that he wanted DaBaby on the album. So I don't know. I don't know who to believe in this situation. Y'all tell me who y'all think we should believe. Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.